I'm outside Klim off County Line Road south of Rigby. The company is celebrating 25 years of business this year, and Paul Hepworth, the company president, is going to take me on a tour and show me how different aspects of the business operate.
In the materials department, it's our job to find the best materials that are the strongest, have the best performance, and just work for our needs. We help with the materials in the boots, in the bibs, the one pieces for motorcycles, snow, off-road, the gloves, the leathers, even all the materials that you find in the helmets.
These are protection pads. They'll go on your elbow or your knee. And when a motorcycler goes down, these are pretty important to protect them from impact. So we're pushing this technology, and we're developing some new pads that we're going to kind of simulate with this material right here. This is what's called a non-Newtonian fluid. So under low forces it flows. You can see it's soft and it flows, it's malleable. But under high forces it keeps its shape. So it absorbs all that impact energy, and by doing so it doesn't transfer that energy to the rider. And just to give you an idea of how much energy this can absorb, hitting that pretty hard. So our goal is to have the pads absorb as much energy as we can so that the rider doesn't have to experience that impact as severely.
This is a lower level of impact protection that we use in things like gloves and footwear. This is just a demonstration of how the foam we use is different than what the rest of the industry uses. So this black foam, this is a standard EVA foam that a lot of the competition uses. This demonstration just shows you how well our foams absorb the impact. So you can see that steel ball, you can hear it hit the table. So not a lot of energy is absorbed here. Here's our foam, half the thickness, and you can see it just absorbs all of that energy from the steel ball.
Yeah.
Even if we perforate the foam, poke holes in it, it still absorbs that energy substantially better than the off-the-shelf EVA foam that other competitors use. This material is called super fabric. What the supplier does with this is they take a normal fabric, but then they apply these beads. These are ceramic resin. So when our customers, if they happen to crash and go down on the asphalt, just imagine these little tiny brake pads on top of the fabric that helps dissipate the abrasion. This is an example of our competitors' fabric that they use in their $200 off-road pant. Mark, you go ahead and tear that. Okay, this is the material we spent several years developing with one of our suppliers to make the strongest, lightest weight nylon fabric we could develop. Mark, you can see if you can tear that one. So obviously substantially stronger. You can't even tear the material with your hands, and that's what we use in some of the high impact zones on our off-road gear.
This is a shape memory alloy, a nickel titanium alloy used by the defense and aerospace industry. And you can see this little spring here. When I stretch a little bit, it elastically deforms, but it recovers. But if I stretch it too far, it plastically deforms and it doesn't recover. But this material has the ability to remember its shape. So when we add a little bit of heat to it, it goes right back to where it was. So we're taking this material and using it in some of the technology that we're developing for our customers.
This is the room, they call this a wind tunnel. So tell me what this machine does.
So basically, in this machine, we can create a tunnel of wind that will simulate what you'd be experiencing as if you're riding like a motorcycle. In this test section, we can have speeds of up to 80 miles an hour blowing in there, and we can test our helmets in there and compare them against different versions of those helmets or competitors' helmets, and we can get a baseline for the aerodynamics of the helmet and improve the aerodynamics through using the wind tunnel. This is our Cryos Pro helmet. Some of the things that we have, like our peak on this version, it's extremely ventilated so that a lot of air will pass through it, but also not cause huge aerodynamic load on the rider. The carbon fiber shell in our helmet is designed to be lightweight and still protect the rider in any event that they'll be in. What I'm holding right here is the impact liner for the Cryos Pro helmet. And this green stuff you see is called Coroid. And its origins was based off of airplane seats and how they crumple in flight to protect passengers. And so the Coroid is designed to absorb the energy, but do it more efficiently. And the benefit is you don't have to cut away material to have a lot of ventilation in the impact protection zones. And so you can have a safer ride with a lot of ventilation, basically. We've incorporated it into our helmets and from the last few generations of helmets, and it's improved the rider's experience, and that's really what it's all about.
Now, Klim, of course, is getting ready to launch some new products in time for the holiday season, as well as some additional products in the near future. In Rigby, I'm Rhett Nelson for BizBuzz, EastIdahoNews.com.